Hi, sunshines. Welcome back to another insightful video. If this is your first time here, hi, I'm Winifred Carl Uchechi Winifred Yadi, aka Winifred Carl, the channel name, and I'm a Nigerian YouTuber currently living in British Columbia, Canada. I moved to Canada last year and I'm currently working as a community support worker. Although I'm doing my MBA, specializing in HR. I know you guys will be wondering, like, MBA support work, how does that even correlate? Hear me out, guys. I know that a lot of people are trying to get into support work. Some people are planning to even come here and try to get, like, maybe a course in PSW, which is personal support worker, like do the program, and just so many other ways, shortcuts, and that to get into support work, which is a great idea. We both know that healthcare is always going to be in demand, like even in the nearest future, it's always going to be in demand. And you're not a techie person, if you know that maybe tech is not really your calling, then the next thing that can give you an advantage when you move here is to try, the health care industry. I'm going to say something like, don't get into support work just because of the benefits. You need to be sure that this is something that you really want to do, and like you can do it. You have the flair for it, because it's not an easy job. It's not an easy career path. It's just not an easy industry. It needs a lot of patience. You need to have the passion for it. You need to have the heart for it, because you're going to come across a lot of people with various disabilities, various health issues, and you need to be in the right mental state in order to be able to do this job. Okay, so I wanted to get that out of the way. But yeah, let me talk about my journey in Canada as a support worker. Firstly, last year, the first job I did as a support worker in Canada was sometime in, I think, July, August. I first worked as a home support worker slash personal support worker. Home support worker, personal support worker. I was working in a private home, like it was the person's like family that like employed me, like it was for an individual, so it wasn't like a community service. Do you understand? So community support work is quite different from PSW, although you can still, like, there's still elements of personal support work, especially if you're assigned to a client that needs a lot of like personal care, intimate care, all of that. So that's aside. But yeah, I started as a home support worker. If you've been following me back from last year, I'm sure some of you would have seen me talk about it, a few of my vlogs and all of that. But yeah, that was what I did. I did that for about 3 to 4 months. I believe 3 months, 4 months ish. And I honestly told the lady I wanted to focus on school. It was kind of like a bit tasking, and I resigned because I told her I wanted to focus on school. But that was right before I got a job with like an organization, like a proper organization. So I'm currently at right now as a community support worker. Although what I got was casual community support worker. Eventually I got like a permanent part-time. But yeah, that's by the way. So that's how I got into where I am right now. Although I work at night, the clients I work with, the shifts I need to cover at night time. So it's more like a night support, a sleep worker. But yeah, that's aside. So how I was able to get into this, first of all, I've told you guys before, you need to, make sure that you're even like as aligning yourself in that field by trying to invest in courses, do like short courses or do like short certifications, all of that. First aid, like I do have first aid, I have food safe, I have personal and intimate care, I have active support certification, I have CLBC, which is Community Living BC for community support workers. I just have a bunch of things. I have naloxone for like emergency opioid for like drug, overdose and all of that. So you just need to like invest in yourself, get all these certifications. But why I'm even making this video, that's what I want to talk about now, is that a lot of times, even with all these certifications, you might not still be able to get, called when you submit your resume. You might not really get shortlisted, you might not really get the jobs or get noticed. So what a lot of people do now, this is like a tip I'm going to give you: try to apply for volunteering. If you have absolutely no experience in support work or caregiving, I'd advise you, even before coming here, you can start looking into, it might just be for you to gain that experience, build your portfolio, so that even these people can give you like, reference even before you come. Try to work with big recognized agencies, organizations, health organizations in your home country. Try to work with them, like not necessarily as a full staff, especially because you don't have the experience. You can just volunteer with them. So volunteering is one key way to get into these big organizations. If you're not volunteering, most times they want to pick the best candidates. Even in volunteering, they still look at, your resume and all of that. Because I've been a reference for somebody that tried to volunteer for one of these big organizations, big like community social service organization and all of that. So yeah, volunteering is one way to get into it. Try to volunteer, and it's, trust me, it's going to open doors for you, because most of these organizations like to employ within. A lot of times they'll still put out the notice and all of that, that they are looking for people. They are trying to like hire and all of that. They'll still put it out in Indeed, ZipRecruiter, all of those places. But a lot of times their first choice is still like to hire within. So if you already like applied for volunteering and you're currently volunteering and then you apply for a position, you might not get the first one, but that doesn't mean you should give up, right? It's something that you really want to do. So you won't give up. Just keep up volunteering, and you most likely find a fit. You most likely find a position that HR will feel like, oh, this is a fit for this person that has been with us for a couple of months, or for like, you guys get the point. So you just have to know how to plant your feet in the right place, be at the right place at the right time. A lot of this, honestly, trust me, that sometimes people get these jobs without even trying so hard. Like, it's just for you to also put God in everything, so He will direct you to the right path. But before you even start doing all these things, you need to ask yourself, is this something I really want to do? Do I have passion for this thing? Or am I just doing it for my own selfish reasons? Because if you don't have passion for it, trust me, you're going to frustrate the people you're going to work with. It's not an easy job. So you're really going to frustrate some of your clients, and they'll end up trying to do like, some type of like investigation, and even find out if you're even qualified for this thing you're doing. So in everything, you need to be knowledgeable. You need to find out more about the industry. You need to just ask yourself, do an assessment of yourself, evaluate yourself, and ask yourself, am I even cut out for this kind of job? Is this something I want to do? There are so many people that have, that have been able to attain the great heights and even be able to achieve what they really wanted to achieve without necessarily having to go through this route. So first of all, you need to ask yourself, is something you want to do? But yeah, it's a great field. It's, especially if you have the passion for it. If it's something that maybe moving forward you want to really go deep into social services, humanitarian services, all those kind of things, it's a really great step. I feel like it's so important to give back to the society. It's also important to try to put smiles on people's faces. So these are things you should listen to, and also try to find out, more about the organization you want to apply to. Don't just apply randomly and apply blindly. Find out more about the organization, find out about their mission, their values, their vision, and ensure that it aligns with your values, and it's something that you see yourself, like it's a place you see yourself working long term, not just for a few months and you get what you want and then you disappear. That's not fair. So a lot of, even when you have an interview, they will ask you all these questions. A lot of organizations don't want to employ someone and then is a flight risk. Like, you're literally employing someone that wants to leave in the next 3 months or next 6 months. A lot of organizations are looking for someone that they can employ that's actually going to, bring value to the organization long term. They're looking for long term employers, not people that are going to ditch them after 1 year or ditch them after 6 months. So you need to ensure that this is a field you actually see yourself in, or is something related to something you might find yourself in. A lot of people that get into this field that not necessarily might not have had a healthcare background, probably want to eventually go into social services, go into human services, or things like that, and trying to impact lives and all of that. That's a good field for you. So yeah, I hope with all these few points of mine, I've been able to encourage you and also give you like hints on how you can go about it. The big one is volunteering. Volunteering helps a lot. And you guys, another one is, even if you don't volunteer for an organization, try to start volunteering in your, in your home church, your local church, and try to start reaching out to the elderly people in your church. Try to offer help to them and all of that. These are people that could even help with your references. You need to keep an open mind, and it doesn't have to be something that you're going to gain monetary value from. A lot of times people think that for you something to make sense to you, you have to be seeing the money. There are people that have done jobs that they did not get paid for, but in the long run it's all worked out. Okay, so don't just be chasing the money. You need to use wisdom, you need to apply sense. So yeah, I hope this was really enlightening. Let me know if you guys have any specific questions. I think someone asked me one time to like list out organizations they can start applying to. I'm going to compile that. Especially, see, if you want to do support work, I feel like BC is really a good place for it. Support work, mental health. I'm really a fan of mental health. It's a big thing for me. But yeah, you want to get into mental health, support work, all of that. BC is really good because there's just a lot. There's a lot of like opportunities, and there's a lot of, I feel like there's a lot of demand if you know how to put yourself together and package yourself well, and just be at the right place at the right time, get the right information, surround yourself with the right people that kind of like know what they are doing. Yeah, there's a lot of opportunity in BC. And maybe other provinces. I really don't know how support work is like in other provinces, so I can't really tell. But I feel like healthcare generally is a good field. So yeah, it's something that you should, that's what considering, especially if you have like the flair, the passion, for it. I hope this was really helpful, guys. I'm going to be stopping here today. If you have like a lot more specific thing you want me to address or talk about, leave it in the comments. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I'll talk to you guys later. I love you guys. Keep shining your light. You are a star. You are amazing. Don't let nobody tell you that you can't do it. You can achieve whatever you put your mind to. So, yeah, I wish you all the best. Bye.